Good morning children. So today I will start with another topic of a video class, that is inorganic chemistry topic, which generally I call it as a metallurgy. But in the PUC syllabus it is given as a general principles and processes in the isolation of elements. So before starting the topic, let us know what is meant by element. So what do you know by element? Element is the purest, smallest, indivisible part present in matter. Any matter consists of the purest particle, which we call it as elements. So there are totally 118 elements, out of which 84 are of them are metals. And these metals are of much use. These are always used in various activities, like we use aluminium for vessels. We use steel, which is an alloy of iron, which is used again as a framework in the building construction. It is used in industries and much more uses of iron is there. Then we use gold as ornament. Without gold, no marriages and no ornaments is possible. Silver we can use as a tableware, we can use as ornaments, many things we use like. So these are some of the examples. So 84 metals are used in day-to-day life. So the isolation of elements are very important nowadays, because these metals may be reactive or may not be reactive. The non-reactive metals are called as native metal. So these native metals are only three: silver, gold and platinum. These are found under the earth crust, but it is not chemically combined with any other substance. So we call it as a native metal. But other elements, like out of 84 metals, only 3 are native, whereas 81 metals are in combined state with the other elements of nature. Like when it combined with oxygen, it can form oxide. When it is combined with the sulfur, it is forming sulfide. When it is combining with halogen, it is forming halide. So like that, many forms of elements are there. So this combined state of elements are called as ore. So today we will see some of the importance of these ores and some metallurgical terminologies. So today now let us discuss some important terms used in metallurgical process. So the first term I am going to explain you about minerals. Minerals are naturally occurring chemical substances found under the crust. So these are any naturally occurring substance which is found under the crust is called as a mineral. So I can call water also as mineral. I can call even natural that crude oil also as a mineral. I can call a rock or whatever we dig in from the earth as a mineral. Then next term comes is ore. So ore is most important term where you have to know in metallurgy. Ore is a mineral from which the metal can be extracted profitably. Ore is the mineral from which metal can be extracted profitably. Suppose I have dug the earth and got one stone, and after the chemical analysis, if I found the iron percentage is 35%, copper percentage is 2%, aluminum percentage is 5%. So from that rock, which element can be extracted profitably? So naturally, obviously, you will say that iron can be extracted profitably. So I will call that rock as an ore of iron. So ore is also a mineral from which the metal can be extracted profitably. So here we use a quote: all ores are minerals, but all minerals are not ore. Listen carefully. All ores are minerals, but all minerals are not ore. So the third term we are going to discuss is matrix or gang. Matrix or gang. So what is meant by matrix or gang? Matrix or gang is nothing but unwanted substances present along with the mineral ore. The unwanted substances present along with the mineral ore is called as matrix or gang. The next part we are going to see is flux. So sometimes these unwanted impurities can be removed physically by hand pricking or by winnowing. Many methods, by the use of wind, by the use of air, by the use of water, we can remove, but not all the time. Many times we need some chemical substance to be used to remove these impurities. So these chemical substances used to remove the matrix is called as flux. I repeat, the chemical substance used to remove the matrix is called as flux. So flux can be of two types. It can be acidic flux, it can be basic flux, depending on the impurity. If the impurity is acidic, then we are going to use basic flux. If the impurity is basic, then we are going to use acidic flux. Then when the flux and the matrix combine with each other, it forms a fusible substance, and that substance is called as a slag. When flux and impurity, that is matrix, combine with each other, it forms a fusible substance which is called as a slag. Now let us go to the last terminology, that is what is meant by metallurgy. So metallurgy is a physico-chemical process. Metallurgy is a physico-chemical process of extraction of metals from its ore. It is physico-chemical process of extraction of metal from its ore is called as metallurgy. Then why I am telling it as physico-chemical process? Means in the process of extraction of metal from its ore, we are going to use both the methods. We are going to use physical also, we are going to use chemical process also. Like when we are hand pricking the things, it will be a physical. When we are melting the ore, it will be a physical. But when I am using some reducing agent, naturally it is going to be a chemical process. Now let us study some detail about ores. So what are ores? Ores are the mineral from which metal can be extracted profitably. So ores are named according to the percentage of metals present in it. The ore which contain more iron will be called as iron ore. The ore which contain more silver, it will be called as ore of silver. So now let us see some oxide ore. I have classified according to the chemical composition some oxide ore like hematite Fe2O3, magnetite Fe3O4, bauxite Al2O3.2 H2O, chromite FeO.Cr2O3. Some sulfide ore, cinnabar HgS, zinc blende ZnS, copper pyrite CuFeS2. So in copper pyrite we can extract two metals, copper also, iron also, but the percentage of copper is more, therefore we have named it as copper pyrite. Two of the very important halide ores, cryolite Na3Al(F6), so it is an ore of principal ore of aluminium. Fluorspar, an ore of calcium CaF2. Then some sulfate ore, Epsom salt MgSO4.7 H2O. Phosphate ore Ca3PO4 twice. This is called as Thomas slag, which is used as a fertilizer. Then two of the important carbonates ore, calamine, zinc carbonate, then siderite, iron carbonate. So I have some collection of ores. So this is a ore of iron, which we call it as hematite Fe2O3. Ore of iron Fe2O3, hematite. You can see it is purely blackish in color. It is blackish in color. Then this is also ore of iron only. It is another form of hematite where you can see the reddish color appearing on the stone. So this is nothing but rust formation. Iron oxide Fe2O3, when it gets hydrated, it is called as rust. You can see the rust formation. Next, I have some ore of calcium also. This is calcite a white, you can see layer after layer the stone is forming. Layer after layer the stone is forming. This is a calcite. Another ore I will show. You can see it is like a gold, but here gold deposit is not there. Two pieces I have. You can see the gold over the stone, but it is called as fool's gold. It is nothing but zinc oxide. When it deposits on limestone, zinc oxide when deposits over limestone, it appears as a golden layer. So it is an ore of zinc. This is, you can see so nice beautiful floral design, leaf design. So it is limestone, CaCO3, an ore of calcium, CaCO3, an ore of calcium. And one very rare ore which we get is, this is mica. You can see the ore appears as a leaf, or I'll show you. It appears as sheet, mica, plain thin sheet, you can see it. So mica is an ore of, it is a thin sheet, say very thin sheet. So it is an ore of aluminium. Composition is potassium aluminium silicate. So I can extract potassium, aluminium and even silicon, Si, but percentage of aluminium will be more in mica. This is an quartz. It is quartz, an ore of silicon again, Si, which is quartz. So today's last part I am going to explain you is steps in metallurgy. So what are the basic steps we are going to follow in a metallurgical process? So the metallurgical process deals with basically 3 steps. The first step is concentration of the ore. In the first step we go for the concentration of the ore. It is also called as ore dressing, or it is also called as benefaction. First step is concentration of the ore. Second step is extraction of crude metal. Here crude metal means impure metal. Once the ore is concentrated, we extract the impure form of metal. And the final and the third step is refining or purification. The third step in metallurgy is refining or purification. So depending on the physical and chemical nature of the ore, we follow different concentration methods. Again, depending on the physical and chemical nature of the ore, the concentration method is dependent. So the ore can be concentrated by magnetic separation, it can be concentrated by froth flotation, it can be concentrated by hydraulic washing, or it can be concentrated by leaching. So overall each and everything will be dealt in detail in the next class. Extraction of crude metal is done in 2 sub-steps. First, if the ore is not an oxide ore, then it is compulsorily to be converted into oxide, because if the ore is in other form, they are more stable than oxide. Oxides can be easily reduced with the help of reducing agent. Therefore, in extraction of crude metal, first the ore is converted into oxide, either by calcination or by roasting. Once the oxide form is obtained, it is reduced, and that we call it as reduction. The reduction can be done by using reducing agent, it can be done by electrochemical reduction method, or it can be done by auto reduction. And after we get the crude metal, finally the crude metal is to be purified, and that we call it as refining or purification. Refining or purification can be done by distillation, liquation, zone refining, electro refining, chromatography and vapor phase refining. So in your syllabus, under vapor phase refining, you have to know 2 processes or 2 types, Mond process and Van Arkel process.